professional bus passenger. I do not drive. You don't want me on the road. And when people ask me why I don't drive, I walk, I take the bus, I drive a bicycle, or I take the provincial bus line that we have, used to be SMT, and now called Acadian Bus Lines. When I first started taking the SMT, way back in 1983, it was $23 return to Bathurst. I'm from Bathurst, so I would go up to visit my mother and my dad up there, and it was $23 return. You know what it is now? To go to Bathurst return, if you buy the return ticket, it's $103. Now that, people you guys didn't seem to be shocked at all that it was over $100 to go to Halifax. Well, I'm shocked that it's only $100 to go to Halifax, because I'm paying $103 to go to Bathurst. And if you go to Moncton, it's very expensive to take the bus. So as a business person who uses the bus service for a number of reasons, not just as a personal traveling up to Bathurst to visit my family, but I also use it for business. Tomorrow I'm picking up a package at the Acadian Bus Line. What Canada Post or UPS or FedEx could guarantee that I'd have a package within 5 hours in the province of New Brunswick on the same day for $10? None. So with this change, this proposed change, I, as a business owner downtown, and I use that bus service a lot to send packages. Next week I have a bunch of DVDs I have to send to Moncton because they're too large to upload to the server. They're like 5 gigs and it's just too much of a hassle, so I just get the DVDs and I send them by bus to Moncton, and it's easy. One day the guy goes picks it up. Tomorrow I'm getting a bunch of a digital memory stick being sent to me from Bathurst, because again, too big to upload to a server. The person doesn't really know how to do it, so they just send it to me by the bus for $10. Now, if I try to do that under the new proposed location, you know what it's going to cost me? Because I do not drive, and there's a lot of people like me who do not drive. It's going to cost me $10 to take the taxi up to the handrail. Because my taxi driver is not going to process that for me up at the new location. I'm personally going to have to pay the $10, and I'll say who's coming from, then then I have to phone a taxi to come back and get me and bring me back downtown. My price now has increased 3 times from what it was. It was $10, it's going to be $30. Well, to hell with that. For the hassle, the going up there and coming back, I'm going to phone Canada Post, UPS, or FedEx, or whatever, because I can't be bothered, and now my clients are going to suffer as a result of it, because I'm not going to have that quick service. Now, there's another reason besides that is very important, and no one's really raised it here, are the spin-offs to the downtown. Now, as an author, I meet a lot of people in Fredericton through the bus. Over the course of the last 20 years, doing research and writing, anytime one of my subjects happens in town, and that's quite a bit, at least once a month, war brides, veterans, you name it, because they take the bus. They come from these small little communities, Plaster Rock. They come from Perth. They come from, little holes in the wall, names you don't even know. Rowena. Who knows where Rowena is? You don't even know where that is. Neither did that war bride when she moved there in 1946, I can tell you that. Those little small towns are serviced by, in the old days, there used to be a train. A feeder line would bring them into Perth or Macadam, and then bring them into Fredericton. Well, and it would be 10 cents. It cost 10 cents to take a train, or $1, $20. Used to be able to take a train to Marysville for 25 cents. Now, what they've got to do is they've got to drive into Perth by car from these little small areas, and then they get on the Acadian Bus Line and they come into Fredericton, and what do? They plan this long in advance. They phone me up. Let's go to the Lunar Road. Well, they love the Lunar Road. And the Irish-English pub, and they just love that place. And this is a big splurge for them. They'll get their pension check. I mean, we do this a lot. I don't spend that much time at the Lunar Road, but I do. And these ladies are thrilled to come to Fredericton. Not just them, but lots of other people who, in my life and in the course of my work, I have meetings at the Lunar Road with people, because there's a 3-hour window, and sometimes in the evening there's a 2-hour window if they're going on to Quebec or to Montreal or St. John or whichever direction they're heading. So they've got 3 hours to kill. What are they going to do? They want to eat. They want to walk about town. They might want to go shopping and spend money. This is what they do in the downtown. I'll give you a little anecdote. I was taking the bus the other